Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone podcast. My name is Kathy. We are continuing where we left off in our last few episodes, where we have been discussing and giving opinions as to Judge Stephen J. Hippler's April 24th, 2025 order on the defense's motion in Limine, seeking to either exclude or limit the testimony of certain of the state's expert witnesses. One of the disclosed experts addressed in this April 24th order is Rob Hippler, and he is an expert that will be providing testimony as to whether or not the car known as Suspect Vehicle 1 had a front license plate as depicted in surveillance video. The opinion here regarding Mr. Hippler begins on page number 12, and it says here, Rob Hippler, 24 footnote. This footnote says the state submitted only a rebuttal disclosure for Agent Hippler. Exhibits S as in Sam 8 is referenced here, February 17th, 2025. And a rebuttal expert witness is an expert witness who is not disclosed initially, but is disclosed after the other side discloses their experts in order to rebut or to answer to what the other side's expert will be opining to. We go on to page 13. It reads here, Rob Hippler is a special agent with the feds who reviewed surveillance footage from the hours before and after the crimes occurred, depicting what law enforcement believes is Suspect Vehicle 1. Agent Hippler was disclosed to rebut opinions by defense expert Stephen Becker that it was not possible to ascertain from the surveillance videos whether a front license plate was missing from the vehicle. Agent Hippler's rebuttal references the, quote, full summary of the video, end quote, depicting Suspect Vehicle 1, which has been disclosed to defendant as a basis for his opinion that Suspect Vehicle 1 did not have a front plate. He then lists the specific camera locations and timestamps he contends shows a clear view of a missing front plate. His rebuttal also states that he will provide testimony about the significance of the missing front plate. Defendant contends that since Agent Hippler has not offered an opinion as to any videos other than those specific clips referenced, his testimonies must be limited to those identified clips. However, Agent Hippler's disclosed opinion is not restricted to the identified clips. It expressly based on the, quote, full summary, end of quote, of video Suspect Vehicle 1, with the identified clips being the most clear. Thus, the court will not limit his testimony in this regard. So just a couple of points here. Suspect Vehicle 1 is identified as early as in the affidavit of probable cause dated December 29th, 2022, that you can read on the court docket, that directly led to an arrest warrant for Mr. Kohberger to be issued that same day. It is believed by law enforcement, although the defense has vehemently denied this fact, that Suspect Vehicle 1 is Mr. Kohberger's car. And also the significance of it missing a front license plate, I believe, is referring to the fact that at the time of the crimes, November 13th, 2022, Mr. Kohberger's vehicle was still registered in Pennsylvania, which only requires a back license plate, not a front license plate. It is one of a few states that don't require a front and back license plate, like Idaho has. So this is why I believe the state is seeking to introduce Hippler's testimony here. Also, finally, it will be the jury who will ultimately decide what weight, if any, to give to Mr. Hippler and all of the expert witnesses disclosed by both sides, as well as the fact witnesses. That is the province of the jury as the finders of fact to make that determination at trial. This will now conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. Thank you for joining us today.